Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about that same thing we were doing before, which is having an unknown addend. That means in any equation, we know we have three things. We have a big guy total, he lives at the top of the mountain. We have a part, lives at the bottom of the mountain, and another part, lives at the bottom of the mountain, okay? Anytime we're missing one of those things, we have to add or subtract to find the one that's missing, okay? In these problems, we're missing a part. So we have the big guy total, and we have one of the parts, we're missing the other part. So we have to do math to figure out what that part is, okay? Take a look at this math mountain. Okay, I'm just going to stick it on here, and I'm also going to write real quick which lesson we're on. Unit 4, Lesson 16. Okay, in all these problems we're going to practice what we already know about what goes in an equation, those three things. They'll have a big guy total, a part, and another part, right? Those are the three things in every equation, okay? When an equation is complete, all of them are there. When it is incomplete, something is missing, and then we know we have to do math. We either have to add or subtract, okay, using the two things we do have, okay? We're working on these word problems because in word problems, it's the same thing where we have something missing. In this problem, we're going to have a big guy total given to us. We're going to have a part given to us. And this other part, he's going to be missing, okay? When I write it like this, it's easy for you to know what math you need to do. You either are going to subtract, take this part away from the big guy total, or you're going to grab this part and count up to get to that big guy total, okay? But sometimes, when you look at it like this in a word problem, you forget that all these words and numbers are really telling you where to put it on your mountain, okay? For some reason, whenever we mix a lot of words involved in the math, it really makes it harder for kids, okay? But yet, in real life, you're going to have real things that you have to figure out. And in real life, all these things will have more than just numbers. They'll have words. You'll have to think it through. That's why we've got to practice them, okay? So let's take a look at this word problem. All right, it says Eric has 78 coins in his collection. Now he has 146 coins. How many coins did his uncle give him? So something happened in this story to the number of coins that he had. The number that it gave us at the beginning, 78, is not our total. It's not our end number. So if I look up here and I think about my total, I know that is not 78. That's not what that number is. So that tells me that the 78 must be a part. So I'm going to take off the word part and I'm going to write 78 on here. If 78 is a part, then my other number has to be something else. It could be another part. It could be a big guy total. How can I figure out which one it is? By reading and thinking about what this is happening in the story, okay? He had 78. We know that's a part. So that's actually his starting number. So I'm going to use my hands too. So I'm going to pretend there's 78 coins in here, okay? Had 78. Now he has 146 coins. Stop, think. He had 78. Something happened and changed that number to 146. So what happened? My number was 78, but then it got bigger. If it got bigger, then somebody had to put more with him. If I'm putting some 78 with some more, and that gives me a new bigger number, then I know that the number that it gave me, the new number, was 146. So I know my new number is going to be 146. So I know 146 is my big guy total because it's the number that I ended with. This is the number I ended with after something happened to my start number, okay? So I'm looking for the other part. Now I'm ready to do the math. If I have 146 coins and part of those are 78 and I need to find the missing part, I can either add by grabbing 78 and counting up, or I can subtract by taking 146 and going down the mountain, okay? Subtracting is a little bit harder for everybody lots of times. But I can also grab 78 and count up. I'm going to show you both processes. You do the one that is the easiest and makes the most sense to your brain. Okay, 146 take away 78 would look like this. Okay, in order to do this math, I need to think through each part of the problem. I need to think about the ones, the tens, and the hundreds and see if I can do the math. I can do 100 take away 0 hundreds, no problem. 4 tens take away 7 tens, can't do that. I'm going to have to regroup. Yes, regroup. 6 ones take away 8 ones, can't do that. Yes, regroup 2 times. Okay, so in order to regroup these, I'm going to have to break my 100. So I'm going to take my 100 and break him. Now I'm going to have 0 hundreds. And I'm going to take that 100 and put them into tens, which I know there's 10 tens in 100. So I have 4 tens, and I'm going to add 10 more tens, so my new number is 14 tens, okay? I can do this math now, I can do this math now, but I can't do this, so I need to take a 10 and break it into ones. If I take 1 10 now, I only have 13 tens, and now I'm adding 10 ones over here. 10 plus 6 is 16 ones. Okay, now I can do my math. 16 ones take away 8 ones is 8. I know that because it's a double. 8 plus 8 is 16. 13 tens take away 7 tens. Grab the little guy, count up. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That leaves 6 tens left. 0 tens take away 0, or 0 hundreds take away 0 hundreds is 0. So 68 is my missing number. Now, like I said, the subtraction with regrouping gets kind of crazy. So maybe I want to count up instead. So I'm going to take my known addend 78. And I'm going to think about what I know for counting up. I'm going to draw a picture. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. I'm going to count up until I reach my target, which is my big guy total of 146. I'm going to use a new color to show the group that I'm adding on. Okay, I have 78, 79, 80. Now I'm at a 10, so I'm going to go ahead and make that a 10. 80, 90, 100. Oh, I'm going to make that 100. 110, 120, 130, 140, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. Okay, now the new group that I added on was this group and this group. And the total in that new group was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. I added 68 on to my picture so I could reach my total of 146. Okay? This number matches this number, and it's my missing addend that goes right here. My missing part. Okay? Now, lots of work going on there. This is just you combining or integrating all the things you've learned separately, putting them together into a word problem, and that's why they're hard. They've got words, reading, mixed with math. You've got to think while you read. That's harder, right? And now you have to decide if you're going to subtract or if you're going to count up. And then you have to remember what you do whenever you decide which one you want to do. A lot of integrated math. You can do it.